Hey folks, I thought I'd do a little review for you. Not long ago got the app for Wish. Had a bit of a look around and I thought, bugger it, I'll have a go for 140 bucks. I bought this Leupold Mark 4 M3 6-24 by 50. Now, as many of you Leupold fans would know, they don't actually make a 6-24 by 50. Leupolds always have the gold ring at the end there. It does have what appears to be a Leupold symbol on the parallax adjustment. But check this out, 1 click equals 1 minute for the elevation. On the windage, 1 click equals half minute. Something doesn't sound right there, does it? It's also got this very basic green and red, which I don't really like that on scopes. It adds a lot of weight, but for the price of I think it's 140 bucks, what are you gonna do? Comes with it, you know what I mean? This is on 24 times. It's got a pretty good reticle, 4mm dots in all directions. If I can get it to focus. Come on, you cheeky monkey. Oh, that shit. Oh, sorry guys, should have set this up beforehand. Let's see if I can get it. Now that I've got a free hand here. Alright, get it going like that, and then slowly draw back until we've actually got a picture, which is still going to stuff me around. Anyway, you would have got the gist of it. Now, $140 comes with scope rings, 30mm tube, lens wipe. Comes with those cheapo rubber caps, but that's alright. Most people will put maybe Buffalo River or whatever lens cap flick up ones on. It's going on a 223 heavy barrel, so it's mainly for shooting off bipod or off the roof of a ute. So it's not, I usually like a scope with dust caps so you can't bump the adjustments, but again, as I said, it's going on a scope that's for just sitting around with. 24 times. Now, what I wanted to talk about, the first scope they sent me, very stiff in the parallax, very stiff in the zoom adjustments. Took it out on a 22LR, my Lithgow LA101 22LR, and after a lot of mucking around trying to get it adjusted, it actually came pretty good, but I had to go one direction of windage, nearly full width. I thought, geez, this is not going to be very good, but managed to get it to side in and zero at 50, and it wasn't bad. I did find the 6 times was pretty much where you left it, so it was a waste of time having all the way up to 24 times. I skipped my 22 Magnum and went to the 223. As soon as I put it on the 223, it was all over the shop. It took me ages to get it zeroed in. By the time I got it zeroed in at 200, moved it back to 300, then went back to 400, and what I found was the parallax had fucked up. prior to then it was working really well. And then after that, basically at 300 and even at 400, the only way I could get it to be clear is have it at 150. The parallax adjusted at 150, around at that white dot there. If I moved it to 200 and then beyond that, it was just blurry. So the parallax stuffed up. I got in contact with Wish. They were really good about it. The company itself, I don't know if you've used Wish before, the company itself acts as a liaison between you, the customer, and the seller. So you're not like eBay, you're dealing directly with the seller. With Wish, you're dealing with Wish themselves as a company. So they got onto it, they got onto the seller, and they said they offered me a replacement scope or full refund, money back, didn't even have to send the old scope back. So I was like, oh, well, it was working up until I put it on the 223, let's give it a go. So they've sent me out a second one. Because it's through, I believe, China, it took friggin' ages, like 6 weeks to turn up, the first one, and now this one, after playing with it for a few weeks, now this one's taken another 6 weeks to get out here. Come out the back here, had a look with full, I've never had a scope with this much zoom before. I find you have to basically, to check your parallax correctly, I go to the highest amount of zoom, look at a distance, judging what it would be. I judged the distance to be 75 yards roughly. And with this one, you only adjust it to about 25, 30 yards, and that's clear. So I thought, well, that's not right. Then I was looking out at, you can see that little mound of dark grass just there? And I was back at the other end of the house, so from here that's about 180 to 190. Back at the house it's an easy 200. Anyway, when I adjusted the parallax, 24 times zoom, it was blurry. When I adjusted the parallax, 75 yards. So it should be around 200 plus. 75 got it right. So straight away, out of the box, haven't even put it on a rifle yet, the parallax is no good. So I've contacted them again, the Savo, and I'm just going to ask for my money back. And I think for the $140 that you pay, I think if I took that money, saved for a little bit longer, and saved up and bought an actual Leupold, I think they're selling for around $300 to $400. I'd be happier. I'm not going to get as much zoom out of it. Or you could buy a Bushnell, a Nikon, Sterling. You know, again, they're not the greatest scopes in the world, but they're real and they work. They've been around forever. Citron aren't too bad. Redfield aren't too bad. There's plenty of options out there, but guys, honestly, these are just rip-offs. These are shit. I might try it on me 22 Magnum just to see how it goes at 100 yards, because that's what I've got my Bushnell. It's on that. It's a Legend HD. It's 0 to 100. Pretty much that's where all my shots are with the 22 mag. So I'll see how accurate this is and if it holds 0 and all that sort of stuff on the 22 mag, and pretty much I'll just set the parallax to 100 and leave it. But yeah, as soon as I put the other one on the 223, it was all over the shop. It was shit. So don't waste your time, guys. I reckon honestly just save up that little bit longer and get a real scope. This was just a bit of a play to see if it was any good or not. It looks slightly better quality than the AEG or whatever they are that you get on eBay. But realistically, it's just a fake copy. You know, this is all just shit. So don't waste your time, guys. And the difference between this scope and the first one, the parallax and the zoom are much easier to adjust. But the the windage and elevation adjustments, you can hear a click, but you can't feel it. You can definitely hear the clicks a little bit louder going in one direction compared to the other. And that's not a band joke. Here we go, we'll see if we can hear it. And it's about the same. You can feel it's just not a real firm, crisp click. You can hear a slight difference there. So, don't waste your time, boys. Invest your money wisely. Fuck, if you can afford it, save up for a night force. Anyway, then to Razza and Topo, stab jacks down and sump in. Cheers, boys.